All right, all right. Welcome, everybody to Planting Seeds with Darlaina Rose. 100 women, 100 days, 100 interviews. Now, let me see. Let me get us public on our Facebook feed. Yes. I'm so excited. Are you guys excited? How was your Thursday? My Thursday was amazing. It is now episode 93. 93 days in. Can you believe it? And my guest tonight is amazing, just like every other woman that has been here with all of her amazingness. I'm so excited. I see you. I just sent you a. There she is. Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, my love?
Look. Is your hair purple? What color is your hair?
Well, what can I say?
These grown-ups be going in, okay?
I gotta stay, relevant.
Yeah. That part. Can we say that part? Well, welcome, my darling. Welcome to Planting Seeds with Darlaina Rose. 100 women, 100 days, 100 interviews, and you are episode 93.
Awesome.
93. We have been doing this 93 days. Hey, Vander, welcome. We have been doing this for 93 days straight.
Wow. That's wonderful. Wow.
Every single night from 7 to 7:30, no matter wherever I am in the world. That's the part. I have done this from coast to coast over these last 90 days, coast to coast. So yeah, it's been every woman that has been here comes with all of her gifting, and you are no different from the rest of them. You come with some amazing giftings as well. The best part is that we've been friends for 30 years.
Don't tell. Long time. Yes, a long time.
Oh my goodness. That just the thought of that. Like, some people can't even be friends for 15 minutes. One thing go left and they just dawn. Yes. Hey, Adrian. Yes, absolutely consistency. And this is not the end. When we get to 100, we have a few bonus babes that I couldn't say no to. And on June 20th is Father's Day, and we start 100 men on Father's Day.
Wow. That's all right. This thing have emojis. Can I put an emoji in?
I don't know if as the watcher you could do that, but other people can. Hey, Keela. It's just amazing. This whole thing started for Women's Month. I just knew that I had some amazing women in my network, and I really wanted the amazing women in my network to meet the amazing women in my network. And so I'm like, how do I do that? And this series was born because people always call me and say, do you know somebody that does this? Do you know somebody that does that? And of course, I know somebody who does that. Akila said both of our crowns look beautiful. Thank you, Akila. Akila was on a few episodes back. Amazing young woman doing amazing things, making jewelry and healing people at the same time. So I love it. So you, Miss Darling, thank you for saying yes. This is my good friend Tracy Mazik. I just call her Mazik. She is truly somebody who is in the area of service. I think all my friends are dope because we all serve in some form or fashion. Just always got somebody else cheering. I ain't gonna tell you how many animals she done adopted that wasn't even supposed to be hers. Her daughter, the veterinarian, got her just taking in spare kids, spare animals, a little bit of everything, right? And absolutely serving in the mental health field. We just left out of Mental Health Awareness Month. And you know, my favorite campaign is It's Okay Not to Be Okay. And I think that was Yolanda Hall, who also works in that field. When she came on, she said, I agree with it's okay not to be okay as long as you don't stay that way. So we added that to it. So it's okay not to be okay as long as you don't stay that way. And so Tracy comes with years and years of service in the mental health area as a behavioral health therapist. She has so many amazing clients that she has been working with over the years, in the home, outside the home, and in the car. Come on, let's go. Come on with me. We going over here. I got my kids with me. Like, that's been you all these years. And of late, you have added some new things to your title. I already said, like, all my friends are educated, they smart, they got like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, all behind their names, right? Along with, you know, a lover of God, Christian, woman, all of that stuff, mom, mother, all of these things that are a part of that. But you just added a new title. I don't even know. Is that a month ago or 2 months ago? I can't remember what the flyer said. But you are now an ordained minister as well. Chaplain. Okay, chaplain. I don't know what the difference is. You might have to explain what the difference is. I don't know. You know, I'm kind of green to these things. And so that's why I have my dope friends on, so they could tell us what it is that they do.
Amen.
So yes. So welcome. So tell us about this journey of becoming a chaplain and what your duties are as a chaplain.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you so much for inviting me. You know, you're always the go-getter, my inspiration, all the things that you do. You know, I'm your cheerleader.
Yes.
You know, so thank you for having this opportunity, you know, opening your doors to me. I love it. And all the beautiful women that you've had on here, I just love it. It's such an inspiration.
No,
I guess that's why we good peoples.
Yes. Listen, that's what we do. And we attract more good every day.
Yes. So it's been a long journey, and I think the one word that you use, becoming, is the word, because it's becoming. It doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen in the moment you think it happens. Yes. It's definitely a journey over time that perfects and molds and gets you to the queens that, you know, we are today.
Yes.
So, you know, I just thank God for the opportunity to be here and to talk about my journey a little bit. Yes. You know, I've been born again for a very, very, very long time.
Yes.
I'm not going to date myself, but a very, very, very long time.
Look, I feel like that TikTok video, they're not gonna know. They're gonna know. They're not gonna know. They're gonna know. They're not gonna know. They're gonna know.
Right. So God had just put amazing people in my life. I've done amazing things, and just the start of my journey just was being curious about who He was. Yeah. And He's given me a passion throughout the years for people. Yeah. For women and for children, especially, as you know, Darlaina was saying earlier, we would just go and always have kids, always nurturing them, taking them, rescuing them. Yes. You know, that's just what we do. We just rescue folks, you know, because we love people, and we just have to, you know, just want to help people. Yep. So my journey just began a long time ago, and everything that you do really culminates to where you are now. Yeah. So even the pieces that I didn't think fit, even the parts that I didn't like, really turned out for my good.
Yes.
So I thank God for every experience I had, good, bad, and ugly, because all those things make me who I am.
Yes.
So, you know, wanting to get closer in God just made me pursue the ministry a little bit more, you know, studying the word and, you know, being faithful to different ministries. So it just gave me the tenacity that I need to understand and know who God was for me. And along that journey, you know, I think what's difficult for sometimes for us to actually recognize is it's not just a spiritual journey. You know, we walk on this earth to go through different things and experiences, and encourage people and learn from people.
Yes.
And that's just what it's all about. It's all about the walk that we have, because we all have a different walk, but it still leads to the end. It leads to what God have us to be with Him.
Yes.
So, part of my journey, a lot of it was being in the ministry. Like Darlaina said, I was an educator for a long time, and then they told me, well, being an educator may age you a little bit. So I said, okay, well, let me just find something a little bit else, because I don't need nothing to help me age. So although I love education, and that's definitely one of my passions, from that point on, I went into behavior health. So that's when I just did a lot of one-on-one work, which was a lot more soothing for me, because I went from 30 in a classroom to 1. So that was still rewarding, because I got the opportunity to work with individuals and their families, and I still know a lot of them now. A lot of them think that I'm their surrogate mom.
Yes.
So I think I did okay doing that.
Yes, absolutely.
So all those pieces in that, meeting all of those, kind of just took me on my walk to where I am, because as you were saying, I always have a love for people, so I'm always want to help them. I always want to get people to understand, just come together, be friends, let's love one another. That's just, have been me. And the one thing I think that I've learned from mental health is hard for people to understand, because you can't see it.
Yes.
Things go on in people's heads, and sometimes you can't even explain it. Mm-hmm. But the good part is there's help. There's an open forum now for people to talk about what they're feeling, what's going on for them. We're learning to identify childhood traumas to help prevent children from even going through there. And we know it's not just medication.
Yes.
Medication is a symptom that you're treating. Yes. So we know it's a whole lot more than that. But the one thing I always tell my families is, it's hard to see mental health, but just think of it like this. If you see a person with a broken leg, you don't ask them to go up the steps, come back down the steps, because they can't do it because their leg is broken. And you can't see that with mental health, but just try to keep that in mind when you say, well, I don't know why they just don't do this. I don't know why they just don't do that, because it's a broken piece. Yes. And, it's hard. It's easy for you because yours goes sequentially, but that other person's mind, thoughts, and emotions may not be sequential, so they can't get it. So I always call it like the broken leg theory. Yes. So that was just a tip. For us to remember.
You told me that.
People who may.
You told me that one time. And I was before you said it, I was about to say, I remember when you told me to equate it like a broken leg, because that person is doing whatever it is they're doing because broken, but they look normal, they sound normal, they sound like themselves, so it don't make no sense. But just like your body can break, your mind can too. And so we have to look at it like it's a broken piece. We just can't see it. And so I remember having that conversation with you, and I was probably at my wit's end, and you said, it's okay. It's like a broken leg. And I think I shared that with my children, the very same thing that you said to me. So that is truly a great way to use as an analogy, so that people understand mental illness, and give the people the same grace that we ask God for every single day.
Every single day, because it's a challenge, and even more so for them because they're having a difficulty. We can think and reason it through, and they can't. So it's definitely a challenge every day, and we need to give each one of us a grace every day, because we're not at our best every day. Mm-hmm. And I'm not asking anybody for perfection. Yes. Nor can I be perfect.
Yes, exactly. In the spirit of Women's Month, is there a woman or women that inspire you in this moment to do the work that you do?
I think I'm inspired by, I can remember growing up and having aunts who were very, very, very just on top of what was going on and just being strong women. Yes. So growing up, my aunts began to be the strength for me to make me know that I was going on. And also when I see Michelle Obama, she's one that has just really just kind of, wow. Because when I look at her story, I can see me in that story.
Yes.
And I can say, wow, you just never know what God has and for your future. And that's why it's so important not to ever give up.
Yes.
Because your tomorrow will be something phenomenal that you have never even thought. Yes. So that's why it's important to get past that moment of brokenness, to get past that moment of hurt or sorrow, because there is a tomorrow, and that tomorrow could be just your breakthrough. Yes. Just like it was for Michelle. And I mean, when we sit down and we think about our families, how crazy they might have been, and we're like, yes. No, nobody else go through this drama. I just don't want, Yes. And then you think, somebody could be like a Michelle Obama. Yes. So you're like, well, there's hope.
Yes, there's hope. There's absolute hope. Oh my God.
So that's what it is. Even in all the crazy that you experience from day to day, just know God has something phenomenal for you.
Yes.
And allow your life to be your life. Yes. And I think as women, one of the things we do is I was just talking about this earlier too, but we tend to, which is what our role is, we transform from what we are to other people. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if a man comes in our lives and he wants to marry us, then we transform ourselves into what he wants, yes. into what his plan is. And a lot of times that takes us from the vision that we have for ourselves and the things that we want to do. Yes. So I think as women, what we need to do is just hold on to our vision and our purpose and not be so readily swayed by someone who may come along to fit you into their plan. Yes. Really find your plan, know who you are and be good with who you are. Yes. Look in the mirror and say, I'm okay.
Yes.
And if you're not, fix it, like you said earlier.
It's okay not to be okay, just long as you don't stay that way.
Yes. And one of the things the ministries that I started recently is called The Looking Glass. And I started that ministry because I look at so many women who are hurt or broken, even in the church. And it's like, why? We're supposed to be the image of God. I'm supposed to look at myself in the mirror and see God's image. I'm supposed to see love, peace, joy, happiness, fullness, everything that he called us to have, riches, wealth. That should be my exuding from me. It should be, what people see and want, like, wow, mm-hmm. And but that's not happening. A lot of times when we meet women in the church, they're angry, they're mm-hmm. bitter, they're broken because they've been used and abused so long. And that's why I started this ministry, so that we could try to help one another, because mm-hmm. I am my sister's keeper.
Absolutely.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
And that's what I go by. Yes. If I see someone in need, especially my sister, my heart is there to help them. And I think anyone that I know, any of my friends know that whatever I can do for you, I'm there. Mm.
That's true. I can't remember how many times I met you just for $10. And can you just give me $10? I just need $10. Just $10. This was before Cash App, y'all. It wasn't no Cash App.
It sure wasn't. I would go to. Okay, where you at? Okay, I'll meet you.
Yes.
We had to dial though. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say we had to call up on the phone. You had to put a quarter in the phone and dial the phone. But what phone booth you at?
Yeah, a quarter. Come on, it was a dime.
I didn't want to say that.
Oh, okay, all right.
I don't want to date myself.
They're gonna know. They're gonna know. They're gonna know. But yes, I mean, it really, we are our sister's keepers, and I think that is why this series was born. That is why the work that we do is so important, because we are in constant thought about our sisters and what we can do to build them up, what we can share. If something in my story or something in my life can help another woman, they say you could take a candle and light another candle with that light, but don't lose nothing from your light. So it's okay to light somebody else's candle that needs to be lit. And that's exactly what we do in this. Miss Jackie said, oh my God, that's so good. She's like, yes. It's so important for us to continue that work. Everybody is not assigned to this work, but those of us like you and me and a lot of our other friends, Rochelle and, you know, other ones that, you know, truly have been assigned to people. You could try to do other stuff if you want to. You could try to go get a job over there and over yonder, and you could try to do all that other stuff.
You can try.
And all it will do is lead you straight back to where you were supposed to be in the first place. And so I'm so grateful for wisdom in this moment, because it took a minute, you know, to get it. Like, stop trying to get those jobs, because you're going to get the job, but you're going to be unhappy, because that's not where you're supposed to be. I remember lots of days sitting in cubicles thinking, why am I here? Why am I here? And so, you know, we know. And so, yes, we are our sister's keeper. When you think about the work that you do, what's your favorite part about the type of service that you bring?
One of my favorite parts of what I do is helping people become whole again. You know, helping them find the answers, because sometimes when you're inside of a situation, it just seems so hard. Yes. And it seems like there's no way out. And sometimes just a voice of reason. And yes. Sometimes that voice of reason is your voice, but you just don't know that it's your voice. Yeah. So that voice of reason, you know, coming in and saying, you know, just be patient, or yes. Step outside yourself. Or, yes. You know, one thing that we do is take on the emotions of other people. If you're with somebody and that person is sad and depressed, sometimes we take on those emotions, especially when you're living in a household with people. Yes. If you're living in a household with people who are depressed, then you might be depressed. You know, when you're living in a household of people who might be just angry and fuss, then you take on those attitudes and those attributes. A lot of times that's not who you are. Yes. And that's one of the things I like to tell the clients that I work with, is that make sure you own what's yours. Yes. You know, so if you're a fun-loving person, if you're a free-hearted person, don't let somebody's woe is me story become yours. You be like, oh yeah. Or somebody wants to be sad, you know, like, and grief is real. You know, people go through their periods of grief. Yes. You know, but some people every year grieve at the same day and for weeks and months. And it's like, that's not healthy. Not good. And you don't have to. Nope. You don't have to. I said, you know, take the memories, make it good memories. I'm sure you had a whole lot of good times together. Don't remember this one day when that person left and grieve that day for the rest of your life. No. Yes. Compile the good memories. Talk about those memories. You know, make it a fun time of year when it happens, and celebrate the life of that person, not the moment that they're going.
That's so true, Tracy. Let me tell you, I don't even remember the day my father died. I don't know what day it was. I don't remember the day my mother passed. I just know it happened. So I don't have no dates in my thought process. And I never thought of that as a good thing. It was just a thing, because I would call my sisters and ask them these questions. They was like, how come you don't remember? I'm like, I don't know. So and it's better for me that way, because that day would come and go, and I don't even realize until somebody calls me and says, oh, you know, this is the day that, you know, this happened or that happened. I'm like, oh, wow. No, because I'm not getting in that box. One of my siblings called me up and said, yeah, I'm in my emotional bag. I said, well, I'm not getting in with you.
Thank you. See, exactly. No, not today.
I'm not getting in with you. I'm sorry. Listen, maybe you should go see a friend, you know, go do something fun, turn on a funny movie. You gotta find the things that shift you.
Yes.
You know, now some people go so deep and they really do get depressed and really need some therapy or some serious type of intervention. But if it's just, you know, you in a funk or something, you have to find the things that shift you. See, for me, a phone call with a good friend, a good movie, a good funny movie, or some good music. That's all I need. Or a little retail therapy. Depends on if it's the first of the month or not.
Always works. Always works.
Retail therapy is perfect, perfect. So tell us in the work that you do now, Are you working with a company? Is it individual? How, if a person said, "Oh, I really like her. I would like to work with her." Can people work with you on that as a counselor, as a therapist, as a behavior therapist?
Absolutely. I'm always available. I do have a full-time job, which is going to be limited soon because it just doesn't allow me to express what I need to express.
Yes.
So yeah, and you can reach me on IG, you can reach me on Facebook, but I do individual counseling sessions. I do sessions with the Looking Glass and NA Personal, where we have different forums that you can talk about. And I work with different groups. I've done a group with graduating teens who have had problems graduating, young ladies, and I've done different things. I do trauma therapy, with groups. I do anger management. I do just finding yourself and who you are. So a lot of different work, and I try to make it fun and interesting and reach that person where they are, so that they can come out and see. Because a lot of times you just have to see something a little bit different. Because a lot of times, we've been blessed to have a well-rounded childhood, a well-rounded life, and we've been experiencing a lot of things. But a lot of people just experience, their neighborhood and what's encompassed in that neighborhood, and that's where their mindset is, and it's hard for them to see a future. To get on the other side of it. And unfortunately now I'm noticing a lot of even identity crisis. People don't even want to identify with the sex that they're born with. And the more and more of these stories I hear, really saddens me, because God created you the way He wanted you, and once again I feel like because we don't know a lot, we settle for the lies of the devil, and we start running off on these tangents. Like, I don't mean to be offensive to anybody, but you're running after a different gender when you have a gender. You have the fullness of what God gave you and what you create. So once again, it's like when you run off on something else, you miss the virtue, you miss the plan, and you miss the whatever that is, that you could be president, whatever that greatness is that God has for you. If you can't find yourself, then how are you going to walk the path? And I think we just so easily deceive them, because we have this new vocabulary now that people are jumping on it and getting in it. But the reality is, God has a way for us to live, and that's what we're supposed to be mirroring. And that's what chaplaincy is about. Chaplaincy is like a minister, but a moving minister, not tied to a church. But, I go around to different venues and I minister. We do all the different things. We do funerals, we do weddings, we do christenings, all those type of things. And when there's crises, we go out and we minister to people who, who have been whatever kind of trauma they may have experienced. So that's basically the difference between a chaplain and a minister. But God said that He wants us to be love. He wants us to be peace. He wants us to be joy. That's what He has, and that's what we should be mirroring. We should be, like you were talking earlier, unforgiving. We should be forgiving. We should be the opposite of what we see in the world. We shouldn't be fearful. We shouldn't have anxiety. When somebody try to put something in my, say, God has not given me a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and sound mind. Grief don't go here. Poverty doesn't go here. People just want to put you in the box and put you on things. But listen, when I want to define myself, I go to, who does God say that I am? I am wonderfully and marvelously made. Go, girl.
Yes,
I am. Ain't nothing wrong here.
That is so amazing. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for all the women that have come here and brought their amazing greatness here. You are no different than the other 92 that have been here, and the 105 total that will be here before we move into the men. So I'm uber grateful. You guys follow Tracy Mazik on Facebook. Follow her here on It Ain't Personal on Instagram. Get your questions answered. If you are somebody that is feeling like you're not okay, it's really okay not to be okay, as long as you don't stay that way. And Tracy is one of those people that is in that field and will be able to help you to feel better, to be better, to even understand why you even having these types of thoughts and feelings. Use my friends. They are for hire. We
yes.
Look, we take Cash App now.
Yes, we do. And Zelle.
Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, all of them. We take them all. So please, by all means, if that is you, if you are in need of a chaplain, if you want to get married at the house in the backyard, that's your girl. If it's somebody that you need to officiate a Zoom funeral or a funeral in place, then that's your girl. Tracy is amazing, and she has been that for all of the years that I've known her. We really do go back. Our kids have grown up together, and I'm so grateful. You know, we may not see each other or talk to each other, but the minute I said, "Oh, I'm doing this," and you need to be on, she said, "Okay." And I still haven't seen her. I think pre-pandemic, probably.
Not since the pandemic.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm loving our virtual spaces. Thing that I haven't asked you that you'd like to share with the viewers.
Well, the one thing that I would definitely like to share with you is my God, because he is amazing and he is the answer to whatever you may think that you're in. You know, there was once when I thought that God wasn't real and maybe it's the white man's God and it don't take all that. But let me tell you, it takes all that. And when you get to that, the other side is wonderful.
Yes.
It is wonderful. So if you don't know Jesus Christ as your personal savior, today I tell you to accept him. And the day you do it, you will never regret it, because I know I never have. So yes. Peace and love to each and every one of you. Thank you, Darlaina. Peace and blessings be with you always.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you more. You know you're going to have to come to the A. You know you come wherever I'm at. So you're going to have to come to Atlanta and see the Healing House of Roses and throw some blessings around up in that joint. So thank y'all so much for being here. We will be back here tomorrow for episode 94. Coming down the wire. I was laughing earlier real quick that one of the PR company I'm working with, they said, well, do you have like a list of all the women? I said, yeah, I'm working on that now. And so she's like, who helping you with that? I said, it was funny because I said, I don't remember who was on episode 20 or 30 or 70. So I have to really go back through all of the stuff and line everything all up again for all this amazing stuff that we're going to do. Miss Jackie said, God is definitely shining through this beautiful lady. Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, God bless you.
Oh, see, Miss Jackie is dope too. Miss Jackie is a seamstress. She is oh my gosh, she is just an amazing creator. She has created some beautiful pieces, and you can appreciate that because that is some work that you understand as a seamstress yourself.
Absolutely. Yes, once upon a time.
Yes. Well, she is one that has been with it for a long time. She is the prom lady. She is the wedding lady. She has a clothing brand, Todd Anthony. Just an amazing, beautiful lady. And we just had her daughter on a few days ago. Her daughter's 18 and just graduated high school, on her way to Otis College to study art. And she is high functioning autistic. And you could not tell from that work. And you know that Miss Jackie is making sure that she knows that she is a beautiful woman, that she can do anything she wants because she did. And let me know all of the things that she's working on. So that speaks to her mama.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So yeah. So thank you again for being here. We will be back here tomorrow, same time, same station for episode 94 and another amazing lady. Episode 93 is in the bag. Thank you guys for watching. See you, Trace.
Love you. Bye.
Love you more.